today is about opals. So I was looking at pay dirt and finding places to find gold and watching videos, and I came across a video of these guys that do opals. Young Guns Opal Hunters. Young Guns Opal Hunters. So I went ahead and ordered their pay dirt. It's from Australia. The cost of the pay dirt was $29.99 Australian, which translates into $19.85 US plus shipping. What they sent was a bag called Opal Hunters Pay Dirt. I mean, yeah. I read somewhere where you could take a black light and shine that on it, it might show it. Maybe if it's wet, you'll be able to see it. So all I have with me on this camping trip is a little screen, and I figured I could screen out some of the powdery dust and the dirt, see if we can see some opals. Maybe try the infrared light. Let's get to it. These guys send me any opals worth anything, or is it just, let's see. Let's take a look at it. Whew, that is dusty. It's kind of a light, it's not very heavy. I wonder if those are like white opals. I bet they are. All right. A lot of powder. We'll take a look at that in a bit. But first, let's look at the bigger ones. So it's a little bit easier to see. I'm betting that those are pieces of opal, but they're just white. If you shine anything on, does it do anything? Well, interesting. I don't know if you guys see those colors, but that's sort of a... But those are definitely opal. Let's just pick through these and see what we can find. It does look kind of cool under the infrared light, though. See? They sort of pop a little bit. They pop. Maybe what we need to do is wet it down. So maybe let's pour it in. See if that'll make any difference. Feels a little muddy. Ooh. While that is soaking, let's go to this other one. Let's point the infrared light in there and see if we see anything. I'm kind of curious. Well, there's one right there. I'm sure you can see that. It sort of pops out. Look at that one. It's over here on this side. That one's popping out a little bit. All right. Washed it out. Got most of the clay out. These little blocks right here, these little rocks, they're not really rocks, they're clay. I first thought, well, why not just throw them out? But then I figured maybe it's, you know, the opal might be embedded in some of this clay. But those are some nice looking pieces of opal right there. I think that maybe we should just separate these. So I took what we filtered out before, the smaller pieces, and I kept running water through it. I'm trying to dissolve, you know, all the clay. And there used to be a lot of it was just clay. But it looks like a little piece came out right there. You guys can see it, right about there. And there might be some smaller ones in there too. They seem to be popping a little bit. What I'll do is I'll just keep rinsing. Rinse and repeat. Gone through about 3 gallons of water, which means something if you're out in a campground because you have to go get water. I'll do the same thing with the other one that we were working in. See if I can get all the clay out of that too. But that's kind of pretty, isn't it? That's what we found so far. Pretty. Did another rinse. Let's see what we got. They're there. They're just a little bit smaller, but they're easier to see. Guess when they're wet. At this point in the process, I'm just going through the tray each time and picking out opals. So I'll spare you my dialogue. It sounds like a V, but I will just speed through. Let's go. I'm now back at the home office, and I want to break up all those larger chunks. The best way to do this, without them shooting all over the place, is to just put a piece in a little cloth. Break it up a little bit. These don't seem very hard. See how they break apart? I'm going to take these little pieces and put them over here for further investigation. Actually, we'll put all that over there. We'll do the next one. Let's see something. It's a little, oh, look at that. See that, how that's jumping out right there? That's kind of cool. Sort of a blue. I went and repeated the whole process again. I examined the results and pulled out as many of the opals as I could find. I repeated the process yet one more time. I want to make sure that I get every last opal. How many opals did we find? Let's weigh it up. About 20 grams. These are all the opals that we found. Very pretty, but I'll bet we can make them look a little bit better by putting them underwater. Once underwater is when the colors really started to shine. Very bright and vibrant. I took some pictures with my macro lens. What you're seeing are unenhanced, unedited, raw pictures. Nothing was changed. These are the exact colors of the opals underwater with a black light shined on them. You couldn't even see these with your naked eye, but boy, underwater with a black light, macro lens, it's incredible. They are so beautiful. So the bottom line, what is it? Do you get Young Guns Opal Hunters pay dirt or not? Well, it has my recommendation. For the value, price, and the quality of the stones you get, it's a really good deal. And it's a lot of fun. It took me at least, total about 3 hours to go through it, but it was sort of not a burden, but a lot of fun. So I highly recommend the Young Guns Opal Hunters pay dirt. Go for it.